This video is part one of Algebra Review for Geometry. So in this video, we are going to review solving equations and solving proportions. So in number one, we have 3x minus 9 equals 24. So in order to solve, we have to use inverse operations. So first we would add 9 to both sides of our equation. So we get 3x is equal to 33. Then because we're being multiplied by 3 with the x, we're going to divide by 3. So we get x equals 11. In number two, in order to solve, first we want to move the 2 by subtracting from both sides. 9 equals negative x over 7. So because it's x over 7, that's division, so we're going to multiply by 7 on both sides. But there's also a negative number there. Because we have that negative sign, so we also want to multiply by negative 7 so we can get a positive x. So when we multiply by negative 7, we get negative 63 is equal to x. In number three, we have a fraction. So we're still going to start out the same way, though. We're going to add 5 to both sides. So we get 3/4 x is equal to 12. To get rid of our fraction, we are going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 4/3. So to get your reciprocal, you just flip your numerator and denominator, which are the top and bottom of the fractions. So we can go to our calculator here. We can do 12 times parenthesis 4 divided by 3. And we get x is equal to 16. In number four, we have negative 56 equals 7 times the quantity 2x minus 6. So because there is a parenthesis there with a number out front, we need to use the distributive property. So when you use the distributive property, you are multiplying the term on the outside with the terms on the inside. So we're going to multiply both sides by 7. So we get negative 56 is equal to 14x minus 42. Now this turns into a two-step problem like we've been doing for 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to add 42 to both sides. Negative 14 is equal to 14x. Divide by 14, and we get x equals 1. In number 5, if we draw a line down our equal sign, we notice that there are two x variables, but they are on the same side of the equation. So when the variables are on the same side of the equation, we keep the signs they have and try to combine them. So we have negative 3x minus 2x. Well, negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5x minus 7 is equal to 73. And then we can go on solving. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add 7 to both sides. So we get negative 5x is equal to 80. And then we can divide on both sides by negative 5. So x is negative 16. In number 3, we have 6x minus the quantity 2x plus 10. So again, we have that parenthesis. There's not really a number in front of it, but there is this negative sign. So we are distributing a negative 1 into our parentheses. Make sure you distribute that and not the 6x. So for now, the 6x stays the same. And then we have minus 2x minus 10 is equal to 70. These x's are on the same side, so they can combine together, and we get 4x minus 10 is equal to 70. We can add 10 on both sides, so 4x is equal to 80. Divide by 4 on both sides, and we get x is equal to 20. In number 7, we have 7x minus 3 minus 7x equals 6x plus 29. So on the left-hand side, I can combine my x's, so 17 minus 7 is 10x. Minus 3 equals 6x plus 29. Now, when there is a variable on both sides of the equation, now we use the opposite sign to move it over to combine. So I'm going to move the smaller x, which is 6x. I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides. 4x minus 3 is equal to 29. Then we can add 3 to both sides, so 4x equal to 32. Divide by 4, so x is 8. In number 8, we have a parenthesis here on the left-hand side, so we're going to distribute the 2. So we get 8x plus 2 is equal to 16x minus 62. 8x is smaller, so we're going to move that to the other side by subtracting. So we get 2 equals 8x minus 62. We can add 62 to both sides. 64 is equal to 8x. When we divide by 8, we get x equals 8. Now the other part here, these are proportions. So a proportion has two fractions that are set equal to each other. So in order to solve, we are going to cross multiply. So in number 9, when you cross multiply, the numerator of one multiplies with the denominator of the other. Make sure if there's multiple terms that it gets a parentheses around it. So we would have 4 times 4x minus 1 is equal to 5 times 12. We can distribute our 4. 16x minus 4 is equal to 60. Add 4 to both sides. 16x is equal to 64. Divide by 16. And we get x is 4. In number 10, when we cross multiply, these quantities both need parentheses around them. So when we cross multiply, we have 4 times x plus 8 equals 2 times x plus 2. So we get 4x plus 32 on the left-hand side, and we get 2x plus 4 on the right-hand side when we distribute. Now, 2x is smaller, so I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and we get 2x plus 32 equals 4. We can subtract 32 from both sides. 2x equals negative 28. When we divide by 2, x equals negative 14. In number 11, when we cross multiply, I'm going to put parentheses around both of these. So when I cross multiply, I have 4 times 7x minus 5 is equal to 12 times 2x plus 2. So we get 28x minus 20 is equal to 24x plus 24. So 24x is the smaller one, so we're going to subtract 24x from both sides. And we get 4x minus 20 is equal to 24. We can add 20 on both sides. 4x is equal to 44. So when we divide by 4, x equals 11.